I am Angela Glover Blackwell, founder and CEO of PolicyLink and proud resident of Oakland, California. And I'm so happy to be here today to MC this morning's conversation to help welcome these dignitaries from Washington, D.C. who have made us all so proud, and to help move this conversation along. Before I make the first introduction, I just want to say that we have an amazing opportunity now to rebuild the economy. To rebuild the economy in a way that takes us beyond where we were before and prepares us for the 21st century. If we recover only to what we were, we will have missed an extraordinary opportunity to transform our systems, all of them. And our goal is to create an economic system and a society in which all can participate and prosper. For all to participate and prosper, we have to be creative, we have to be knowledgeable about exactly who we are, what are the 21st century demands, and how do we use every opportunity to invest, to prepare for those demands and make sure that we are preparing all. To hear about the progress that we're making here in Oakland, we have a number of people who are going to speak. I just want to let you know how the morning will go. I will bring them up one by one. When they finish, we will have an opportunity to answer just a couple of questions from the press, and then we'll have a presentation that will be led by Margaretta Lynn that will talk about what Oakland is doing with the stimulus. The first speaker is the speaker who ought to be the first speaker, our mayor, Mayor Ron Dellums.
Thank all of you, and good morning to all of you. This is an extraordinary day for Oakland, California. Very extraordinary day because we enter into an important conversation around the strategies involving stimulus effort, and here's Oakland's opportunity to make a very important presentation. I would like to welcome our White House and federal officials and thank them for visiting Oakland and partnering with us in putting stimulus funds to work to serve the residents in great need during this time of unprecedented economic crises. I would like to specifically welcome our distinguished and extraordinary member of the U.S. House of Representatives, Ms. Barbara Lee. I'd like to welcome Adolfo Carrion, Director of Urban Affairs from the White House. Thank you for your presence here. I'd like to welcome our friend and distinguished person, Ron Sims, Deputy Secretary, Housing and Urban Development. Roy Kennett, Undersecretary of Policy, U.S. Department of Transportation. David Henson, National Director, Minority Business Development Agency, U.S. Department of Commerce. John Tresvina, Assistant Secretary, Fair Housing and Equal Employment, Housing and Urban Development. And last but not least, I would like to welcome Jess Knox, Associate Administrator, Small Business Administration. If you notice, this is a multi-agency presence here in the city of Oakland. It speaks to the issue of cooperation and collaboration and task force and strategic approach to our cities, and we deeply appreciate that. I'd like to thank all the many local officials, public agencies, nonprofits, foundations, businesses, labor unions, and residents who have collaborated to put on today's activities, and most of all, for working together to serve residents, develop innovative strategies, and put Oakland on the national map as a model city and a community that pulls together in the time of crises. I'd also like to say that deeply appreciate, on behalf of all of the residents of Oakland and this region, this opportunity to showcase Oakland's stimulus efforts. We said early on in this approach, in our presentation to the federal government, that we would take on a responsibility larger than simply going after one-time funds to deal with a one-time effort. We would accept a larger challenge, that we would take these one-time funds, leverage them with ongoing federal resources, other public resources, public-private partnerships, and philanthropy to create long-term sustainable strategies. We have maintained the integrity of that by embracing a problem-solving strategy, I would say to my colleagues from the White House and the federal government, not simply a grant-writing process. A problem-solving process requires us then to bring all of the stakeholders together into a major collaborative effort where we all bring our strengths together, because we know that operating separately has not and cannot work, but the extent to which we come together in a collaborative, communicative, and cooperative process, do we, A, more efficiently utilize taxpayers' dollars, and B, maximize the probability of success. In embracing a problem-solving collaborative effort, we also generate employment, because we recognize that jobs are not created in a vacuum, that jobs are a community or society's ability to solve problems. In solving problems, the byproduct is employment. And fourthly, has been stated by the previous speaker, that this is an effort to come together around a sustainable strategy based on the principles of equity, because I'd like to say to our White House representatives and our cabinet level members that Oakland, again, has accepted the challenge of addressing the most difficult to serve. In this community, we are not cherry picking. In this community, we are reaching out to the people who have the greatest barriers, people who've been forced into the shadows and the corners of life. We are now bringing them out so that as Oakland moves forward, as it will, in a very exciting and creative way, we will bring along all of our community. So I'd like to finally say, again, welcome to all of you for being here. We are encouraged, we are honored, and we are inspired by your presence here. We thank you for being here. We look forward to an extraordinary summit. Thank you.